There is another aspect which I would like now to be introduced to the debate. The government has introduced no work, no pay for the government officials. Now, this is about 1 lakh people we are talking about. The people working in administration themselves are in camps. Is it a workable thing?
Yeah, in this critical situation, so government must, as per the government, their feelings and their desire, they might be declare and announce that no work, no pay. But in this critical situation, how that government employee must goes to their own administrative that our offices. Suppose some of the employee are from Delhi, and how can that employee go to the hill areas? And then the employee who are from the hill peoples, and how can that our hill friends are going to comes to the valley areas? So it is when the practically is a lot of fear psychosis are there, and a lot of relatives are there to comes to attend the office. But if the employees are confined to the valley employee can be joined to the valley office, and then the people who are staying in the valley hill employee, they can be stay to the hill office. But that kind of system also are not there. So in this climatic situation, how that the valley employee goes to the hill areas, and then the hills employee goes to the plain area in this critical and drastic situation of crisis and happening. So it's not possible so far my concern. But order is order. Government can be ordered, but practically how that the employee can very gut and very bravely, how can they attend to the office? There is very critical and very questions to the civilians and the general peoples. But so far, it's very difficult to attend to the office until and unless the situation is not in the normal positions. So far, I understood in my personal experiences how the people and employee think about. So this area, so people has to know that all the offices are burned down. Some of the offices also closed down, and then some of the employee also, they are actually also run away from Manipur also. So that is why in this situation, the critical situation, and until unless there is no normalcy kind of position, how did the government employee that the regular can be attend to the office? But somewhere can be possible, but as a whole, it's not possible so far my concern, until unless the situation is in the better way.
Okay. Hasina, your opening comments?
The thing is that I resonate what Pishak Singh has been providing the information which is from the ground, and the fact that when you give an order, but then you don't look at the ground situation, how and when do we also ensure that the people safety are going to be taken care? Because at the end of the day, safety of the people to go to work, it's still a critical issue. Not everybody would like to risk, so that is something you have to bring, that peace negotiating, which I've been again and again, where community will feel more safer to go to work, as what Pishak has just mentioned. Because I don't think that people who live in the valley only work in the valley, but people who are actually in the hills are also working in the valley, and everybody has gone home. They have tried to seek protection and safety. Most of them who are also working in the government are also people who have lost their homes, who have lost a lot of their own belongings and the economic. So these are issues that are critical at the moment. So if I use the word of safety, I think it's time that a reconciliation takes place to ensure local protection by communities together with the government. They have to have this dialogue. Then only people will come out of their home and go and work. It's not possible to give an order and expect everybody to get out of their home and go and work. It's not possible.
It's not possible. You're saying it's just not possible. Now, Brijesh, why would they have come out with an order like that? Before I go to the General Sahib, because most of these people are in the camps. Now, if you don't even pay them, how will they get back their life?
I think, it is one of these administrative ideas or diktat, which we call the very harebrained idea. Either the government has an absolute logic that, that it somehow will help contain the situation which is unfolding there. I mean, when you cannot guarantee safety, ensure 100% safety to your administrative workers, to your government workers and other citizens of Manipur. Making this idea or coming up with this idea saying that, that if you do not report to work, your pay will be deducted in this kind of security scenario, where, the levers of the security is actually handled by the central government and not by the state government. I think, it's not, definitely not a wise move. I mean, until unless the government has some, very secret magical understanding of how this will spur the political process, or this will ensure that, that the state starts marching on the peace road. I don't see any, logical merit in this diktat of the government.
Logical debate. We'll soon be joined by Professor Oinam Bhagat from JNU. But General Siwach, I would like you to look into this, speak on this issue. How do you get people to work? There are areas in which even army is not being able to move. This visual that was released by Spear Corps yesterday, it just simply tells you that even army cannot do the job.
Absolutely, I agree with you. See, as far as civil administration is concerned, giving such an order which is not able to be implemented on ground may be wasting the time. In the sense, possibly what they are thinking. I fully agree. The people who are in valley and they have to work in hill, they can't go, and vice versa also not possible. Also, majority of the people are in the camp, they can also not go. But possibly what government is thinking is that the complete administration has come to stand still. And these are the people who were the backbone of the administration. So there may be few of them who are in valley and they can go, possibly they are trying to target them. And those who have not able to come otherwise due to that they are in camp or they are not able to come due to various reasons, I think the government will take a very lenient view. So this happens, very commonly happen in Jammu and Kashmir also. So every case is to be decided on case basis, but a blanket sanction is not given that you will not come. So the point is that some sort of semblance of administration start, because the people who are people of Manipur or in Imphal Valley, they are majority of them working in the government offices. So the government office has to also start working. So all those who can come, possibly government is targeting that, and those who have some the region and they have a valid reason, I think government will not be very serious on that. That government also knows it. So I suppose you have to take it in that way. But I only certainly say that point today is that you cannot have a situation peaceful until these weapons are taken back. And these weapons are a biggest hurdle today. And therefore, the strategy of doing combing operation by the unified command, trying to get these weapons is a first and foremost priority. At the same time, the peace committee should also start functioning. The biggest problem which has occurred is the distrust and mistrust which has happened between two major community, that is Metis and Kuki. The leaders from both sides start talking to each other, and rather than talking crossroad, that the people start gaining the confidence, because it is too long now. Imphal or Manipur has been burning for long, so the time has come where the two community must sit down together, the leaders must sit down together and work out some peaceful formula. Now, the point which was coming is, how is a Myanmar involved in this? There are 3-4 very interesting aspects which we must understand of Myanmar. Now, remember that China in a big way is involved in Myanmar. And China has been always sending weapons to insurgent group in Northeast, not now, but for past about 40 years. In between, they have slowed down. But again, after May 2020, they have started off. Now, the question is that the China-Myanmar economic corridor is also going, and that progress is very slow. And they have also bought peace with certain militant groups which are operating in Myanmar, Western Myanmar, because they want this China-Myanmar economic corridor to succeed, because they want connectivity from Yunnan to Kuakapu. And that is where they are also working. The second thing is, India in a big way is going through Myanmar, because international highway which is going basically from Mizoram, then going to Myanmar, and then going to Thailand and Laos, that has also now come under a lot of scrutiny, and that work has also stopped. And third is the Kaladan multi-modal project, which start from Calcutta, come by sea to Myanmar, and from there by river and then road coming to Mizoram and Manipur. That also has come to standstill. So the point is that Act East policy, which India has made it, and due to which they were thinking that we should not only act east, we should able to move toward east, and our international highway go people to people contact. I think that will now go for a lot of hurdle, because the mistrust which has not happened only between the communities. I think the mistrust has also happened between Manipur and Myanmar, because Myanmar, anything happening there, the smuggling which is taking place of drugs and of weapon and ammunition, it is a cause of concern. If you want peace in Manipur, you have to seal the border, and the Assam rifle has to be ruthless. The where BSF has successful in sealing a border between India and Bangladesh, I suppose that has to be done. That leverage of 16 kilometers going on the either side may have to be stopped for some time.
Okay.
Kritika.
Okay.